Welcome to Radiant Spirits Rising with your host, Heather Lena. Heather explores how natural healing can support your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. She guides you on how to harness your inner power to overcome challenges, improve overall health, and strengthen your connection to your true self. Through grounding techniques, holistic remedies, and the transformative practice of energy balance, Heather offers practical insights to help you create harmony in mind, body, and spirit. So now, please welcome the host of Radiant Spirits Rising, Heather Lena.
Hey everybody, welcome to Radiant Spirits Rising with Heather Lena. I am so excited to be here with you guys today. So today we are going to be discussing a subject that has come up all week in my messages, in my card pulls for my transformation community, for the actual affirmation card that I pull on social media once a week, and that is self-care. And how important it is that we actually have self-care. And in the world today, there is so much going on. We are always so busy. And, the story is that we need to be there for everybody else, but we don't talk about being there for ourselves. And so that is what we're going to talk about today, is being there for ourselves. So before we go into this, I want to go ahead and set our intention for this session. So we're going to close our eyes. Take a deep breath in and out. Take another deep breath in and out, and just start feeling all that tension and energy releasing from your body. And I want you to really think about, as you're breathing in and out and releasing any self-doubt or self-negativity that you are holding in as we go into this subject. Deep breath in and out. And then we're going to go in and we're going to focus on our heart space and light it up. Deep breaths in and out, everybody. And I just want to download us with the knowledge, feeling, and knowing of what it's like to actually love yourself and know that you are important. And the knowledge, feeling, and knowing of what it's like to put yourself first and take care of yourself. And then when you've accepted that, still deep breathing in and out, go ahead and move that energy into your heart space, into your heart chakra. And send it up those chakras, lighting up with vision. Deep breaths in and out, releasing all of that negative energy, letting it flow out. Okay, and then when you're ready, go ahead and open up your eyes. We'll give it just a minute. Okay, so when I talk about self-care, or when I mention self-care, what comes to mind? In your world of self-care, what comes to mind for you? Is it bubble baths or spa days? Is it sitting someplace quiet reading a book? Is it going out and doing things? And then ask yourself, how often do you actually do self-care? And then I hear ask, are you really doing self-care? So is what you're doing really self-care? Or is it just touching the surface of what self-care should be? So for me now, part of my self-care is actually going in and having healing work done, either by myself or my healer, because ultimately when I'm doing self-care, the self-care that I am now doing is very much on a spiritual level. And so when we talk about self-care, we're not talking just about physical, and we're not just talking about emotional. We're also talking about spiritual. So where are you in your spiritual self-care journey? Really think about that. Really dive in and ask yourself that hard question. Where am I with my physical self-care? Where am I with my emotional, mental self-care? And where am I on my spiritual self-care? Because remember, if you're not in alignment with all of those, you're out of balance. And if you're out of balance on one of those areas, it's going to knock you out of balance in all of those areas. So you're going to be teetering like a teeter-totter, right? So self-care on all of those levels are important. But let's first talk about what the actual definition is. What is self-care? So let's talk about what self-care isn't. Okay. First of all, self-care is not putting everybody else first. Self-care is not believing that you are here to take care of everybody else. And honestly, that really wasn't part of my script. I just literally added that as we were going live because that came to me. So that is a message for somebody today or somebody's today. Self-care is not taking care of everybody else, right? Your identity is not taking care of somebody else. So when we're looking at self-care, we first have to look at what is our identity? What are we here for? What did we come down into this existence for? What is our divine timing? Okay. Are we meeting that divine timing? Because if your divine timing and you are not in alignment, you're going to struggle. Okay. So are you having a hard time in the job that you're in? Are you happy in that job that you're in? Are you ignoring your self-care by being in the job that you're in? And this is a message for someone. I'm telling you, this is a message for someone, right? Or someone's. So if you're not in alignment and you are struggling at work and you're having a hard time, that is because your self-care and your divine timing are not in alignment. And I understand, and it is understood that you have to have money to survive, and that is legit. But the message for you is do not continue to not look at moving to what makes you happy so that you can make money at that. And I am an example of that, because I finally left the prison, which was a place that I mean, literally, I would have to get up in the morning and just drag myself into that place. And now I don't do that. Now I make money doing something that I enjoy. So if I can do it, you can do it. And my self-care has improved because of that. My emotional state has become better. My spiritual state has become better. And my physical state has become better, although it still needs some work. And I'm working on that. But honestly, I'm in a much better place. So self-care is about doing what is best for you. A traditional self-care definition is a practice of taking an active role in protecting one's own well-being and happiness, particularly during periods of stress. Okay. But my definition of self-care is it is the radical act of choosing yourself. And it is a radical act because we are not told or raised to take care of choosing yourself or taking care of yourself first. We are taught in this collective that we are in that you have to sacrifice yourself for others. That you got to put yourself behind everybody else. So whether it's, friends, family, whatever, children, husband, whatever, yeah, we have been counseled at a young age that we are responsible for everybody else and helping everybody else, and that our self-worth is based on how others feel about us. Now, that may not be everybody, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say over 90% of us believe that, or we're trained to think that. Okay. So self-care, in my definition, is a radical act of choosing yourself. It is taking time every single day, even if it's just 5 minutes, to breathe, reset, and do something that nourishes your soul. Not your physical body, not your emotional body, but your soul. Right? Because remember, everything that we do for our soul carries down. It is stored in a cloud, and then it carries down. It is doing what feels comfortable for you. So Sunday, I really needed to be at a computer, sitting down, doing a bunch of stuff that I haven't done. But emotionally and mentally, I could not do that. I just couldn't do it. There was just no way. So I did not plop myself in front of the TV and sit there and watch it all day. What I did was went and got some help and got my garden put together. So I spent 6 hours playing in the dirt, moving dirt, planting stuff that actually really helped my emotional and physical state. I made the radical choice of not doing what I needed to do and doing something that I wanted to do. Even though the garden needed to be done, it could have waited, but I couldn't wait to do it. So now I look at my garden and I think, hey, great, I've started it. It's a project in the works. It'll be with me through November. It's exciting. Okay. It took some weight off my shoulders getting that project done and getting it ready because I have a lot of stuff going on this week. So it was prioritizing my emotional health by doing that instead. So doing what feels comfortable for you, doing what you feel like you need at the moment. Okay. And letting go of other people's expectations. It doesn't matter what other people think. Okay. When I became a breast cancer thriver, I decided that having a spotless clean house, a spotless clean car did not matter to me because I wanted to be able to go out, live my life, enjoy life while I was here. And no matter how clean my house is, no matter how clean my car is, no matter whether, my house is spotless all the time, if somebody's going to find something wrong, they're going to find something wrong no matter what. So I just don't worry about it. But how many of us stress and strain? I mean, I used to spend my entire weekends trying to clean the house and make it presentable and busting my butt trying to get it all clean when I knew people were coming over. And now, I mean, it's not, people tell me all the time, your house is not dirty, Heather, but it's not sparkling immaculate like my mother wanted it when I was growing up. Because my mother did. My mother was in the Air Force and she wanted it always, spit, shine, clean. And I am not a spit, shine, clean person. I'm just not, because that takes away from me being able to enjoy time for myself and stressing about whether or not people are going to like it or not. So that's another form of self-care, is just not worrying about what other people think. Okay. It's giving yourself permission to rest, to be creative, to feel your feelings, and to honor your unique energy. All right. So it's allowing yourself not to cram yourself into the square box that we have been put into when we are all round pegs. So when we stop trying to fit in to the square when we are round and unique, your self-care is going to improve because your self-esteem is going to improve. So how does that resonate with you? So using that definition, how does that resonate with you? Does it resonate with you? Are there things that you think to yourself, yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah, I should probably stop doing that. Yeah, I probably need to change that. So I'm not stressing myself out so much. So I'm not worrying so much. So I'm not creating my own havoc in my own world, right? When I'm not getting into my own head. So that is my definition of self-care. And honestly, everybody, I do try, doesn't always work, but I do try every day to follow that definition, to not worry about meeting others' expectations. When I'm just to the point to where I need to do something else, I just do it and I don't worry about it. Okay. Self-care is a form of hygiene. Just as we brush our teeth or take a shower, we must also cleanse our mind, emotions, and spirit. So we're going to take a break. Think about that. We'll be back in just a minute.
Mike Zorek, a three-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a six-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2/3, and 2/4. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorek, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorek has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk on the BBM Global Network.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of The Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on The Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Welcome back to Radiant Spirits Rising with Heather Lena. Today we are talking about self-care and how you can have a path to inner peace and healing. All right, before the break, I was talking about my definition of self-care. So now we're going to go into tips that you can begin today. Let's do some tips on how you can begin your self-care journey. The first thing I'm going to say is book your session with me. Let's start your spiritual journey. Let's clear out that old energy. Let's clear out that old DNA. Let's reset your DNA. Best way to start your self-care journey for spiritual, physical, and emotional is book your appointment with me. Let's do it. All right. Grounding practices. So there are things that you can do. Grounding, creativity, nature, sensory, emotional, and just say no. Just say no. But all of these are doable practices, but you don't have to do them perfectly. So when we talk about self-care, we need to release the belief systems that we have to be perfect, that everything has to be perfect, that everything has to fall in line. So let's get rid of those belief systems because it's not about perfection, it's about progress, and it's about self-care. And if you're always trying to do things perfectly, it's not going to happen because there is no such thing as perfect. So just like I talked about my house earlier, right? There's no such thing as a sparkling clean house where everybody won't find something wrong. Perfection is the exact same thing. There is no such thing as perfection. Somebody's always going to find something wrong. So grounding practices. Stand barefoot on the earth. Put your hand on a tree. That's what I do, is I'll go put my hand on a tree and stand by that tree for a few minutes and just ground. Practice mindful breathing. So we've talked about this, inhale for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, which is kind of what we do at the beginning of this podcast, right? We take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. You can also do the whatever it's called. I've talked about it before, where you just touch yourself, like this, to relieve the pressure or the tension and just let it go. Use grounding essential oils like patchouli, cedarwood, or vetiver. I don't think I said that right. When I put that down, I wasn't sure what the name of that is. Lavender is also one that, even though it's not really a grounding, it's an all-around healer. So lavender would always also be a good one for you to use. Creative expression. So paint, write, draw, dance, whatever your soul calls to you. And when we talk about this, we aren't talking about just on a piece of paper, right? So you can craft anything creatively. You can craft a garden up like I'm doing, right? I have totally reworked my garden this year. I brought in 5 additional raised beds and 4 additional galvanized beds, and we had to rework my entire garden. So we are creating a whole brand new space. By the time I get done with it, which it's not done yet, but by the time I get done with it, it's going to be a whole brand new space. So what did I do? I created all brand new energy, moving everything around, clearing everything out, and putting it back in a different order. And it feels so much better in that garden space. I just got to get the rest of it set up. Allow your creativity to flow without judgment. So it doesn't matter what you're creating, as long as you're creating it. Just create it and allow the art to heal you, no matter what it is. Okay. And guys, let me tell you, it says, allow your creativity to flow without judgment. So I'm going to intercede in here with, don't talk negatively to yourself. If you wouldn't say it to another person, don't say it to yourself. Don't make jokes about yourself. Don't call yourself stupid. Don't call yourself lazy. Don't call yourself dumb. You know what? All of those words have power, and the universe doesn't know the difference whether you're joking or not. All right. So if you're talking to yourself and you look at yourself in the mirror and pretend like you're somebody else, would you say that to them? If you won't say that to them, then don't say it to yourself, because that is a huge part of self-care, is just treating yourself nicely. Realizing that you're not dumb, you're not stupid, nobody's perfect, the whole 9 yards, right? Okay. That just popped in my head, so I'm throwing it out there. Nature connection. Spend at least 10 minutes outside every day. Watch the sky, listen to the birds, talk to your plants. Talk to the plants, okay? Or work on your plants, or water your garden. By the time I get done, it's going to take me about 20 minutes to water my garden every night. And that is my nature connection in the summertime. And by the time I get done, I'll have a nice backyard space again that's all decorated, that I will be able to go out there and enjoy the evenings as well. So find a spot, create a little spot, okay? Start a small garden. Even a single potted plant can nurture your spirit. Guys, I'm telling you, 5 years ago, I didn't garden. I believed I had a black thumb, believed I couldn't grow anything. And now I'm planting a huge garden and seeing what comes up, what doesn't. If it doesn't work, I'll try something else next year. Okay. Sensory joy. Drink tea from your favorite mug. Wrap yourself in your softest blanket. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm a blanket whore. I love blankets. If I see a blanket I like, I buy it. I have a ton of blankets. But that's because at any given moment, I may go pull a blanket out that calls to me and just wrap myself up in it. Just like you can't really see it, but I've got this butterfly blanket under here for me right now. This one I actually made. I was being crafty. I actually tied this one together. But at any given moment, I may go pull a blanket and be like, oh, nope, I need this one. And I just wrap myself up in it, or I just put it behind my chair, just the energy from it. Okay. And I don't apologize for collecting blankets. I don't apologize for collecting bags either, but blankets is a big one for me. I have them all over my house, but they bring me joy. They bring me joy, and I don't care if people say I have too many. All right. Listen to calming music or healing frequencies. So let me tell you guys, music for me allows me to helps to keep grounded. It helps allow me to control the thoughts in my head because I am a psychic medium. I have swirling thoughts, right, all the time. So what the music does is kind of helps me ground and be able to cipher and decipher which messages I should be getting and which ones I shouldn't be getting. So what do you need to do to bring self-care? Because listening to music and allowing it to decipher for me brings me self-care. Because otherwise my head is just moving at all times. But if I have music in the background, it actually allows me to be able to decipher that. So what is it that you need to do to stop those racing thoughts and calm? Is it meditate? Is it listening to music? Is it healing frequencies? What is it that you need to do in order to do that? An emotional check-in. Ask yourself daily, what do I need today? Emotional check-in. Look in the mirror, tell yourself, I love you, give you a big kiss, and go about your day. That's a self-care, guys. Looking at yourself and giving yourself love, that's self-care. Journal your feelings and notice patterns. Be compassionate with yourself. I talked about this earlier. You're not stupid. You're not dumb. You're not any of those things. You are unique. You are special. You are a person, and you are important. That's what you are. Four of the things that you are. Okay. So in your self-care, you need to believe that you are important, that you are unique, that you are special, and that you have talents that you came down here with to help other people. Okay. Angel numbers and self-care. Yes, even the universe is cheering you on in your self-care journey, guys. Let's talk about some angel numbers and when they show up and what you're being called to do. All right. So 111 is a reminder to check in with your thoughts. Are they loving? Are they serving your well-being? Are you believing that you have luck? Are you believing that you're unlucky? So today I have an appointment at a salon. I'll give you an example, right? Yesterday I saw 1111 and I thought, okay, I'm not sure what that means. And I get to the salon this morning. I'm in my truck. Everything's going good. I go in, get my eyelashes done, go to get into my truck. Truck turns over, won't stay started. Try it 5 or 6 times. Nope. And I'm like, oh, right? So the salon isn't that far from my house. I try to call a shop in town. They don't answer. So I'm like, screw it. So I just walk over because I needed steps anyway, right? Positive of the day. Got steps in and go get my car. And I drive down to the shop. And as I'm driving, following the tow truck, because I've got to have a tow truck to tow this truck, many people would be like, well, isn't this just a sucky day? This totally sucks. But in my world, I'm like, I am so grateful that this happened here in Winslow, not in Flagstaff or Holbrook or Phoenix. Because I've got somebody here that I trust to work on my car. I have somebody here that I trust to tow my cars. And I'm not stuck out of town with a truck that's not working. So check in with your thoughts. Is this a pain in my butt? Absolutely. But is it life-shattering? No. Okay. So I could be throwing out all these negative thoughts about how not having good luck and this crap always happens to me. But honestly, I am grateful that it happened when it did because I need my truck this weekend. And this allows for me to get the truck fixed and have it for this weekend. So look at your thoughts. So my self-care is shit happens. And I'm glad it happened now, not Saturday. Self-care, babies. I'm telling you, it's all about self-care. So when you think about positive things, you're promoting self-care because you're not beating yourself up over things. Okay. When I get home, what do I see? 1111. All right. When we come back from our break, we're going to go ahead and continue our angel number conversation. I'll be back in a minute.
Dr. RC will share extraordinary resources and services that promote educational success, as well as making a difference in the lives of all social workers, as well as the lives of children, adolescents, and teens of today. She will have open discussions addressing many of the issues that we face about our youth and how being employed in the uniquely skilled profession of social work for over 18 years has taught invaluable lessons through her personal experiences. She will also provide real-life facts, examples, and personal stories that will confirm that why serving as a child advocate is extremely beneficial when addressing the needs of the whole child. Listen live to Dare to Soar, Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern on the BBM Global Network, and tune in radio as Dr. RC will provide thought-provoking information that will empower, encourage, and strengthen students, families, and communities across our nation. You can also visit her at soarwithkatie.com. Author, radio show host, and coach John M. Hawkins reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness, Unlock Your Full Potential with Limitless Growth, published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals. Listen to John Hawkins' My Strategy, Saturdays, 1 p.m. Eastern on the BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio.
Welcome back to Radiant Spirits Rising with Heather Lena. Sorry, technology and I are not getting along today. All right, so before I continue, if you want to call and talk to me about the subject today, call me at 1-866-451-1451. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a wonderful day. I just keep telling myself it's a wonderful day. Okay, so we were talking about angel numbers and self-care prior to the break. So let's go into 222, a call to balance. This number encourages you to restore harmony and give attention to your needs. 444, your angels are surrounding you, encouraging you to build a solid foundation of self-worth and care. That's an important one, everybody. 444. 555, big changes may be coming and self-care is essential during transition. Prepare your inner world. So what does that mean? That means what we're talking about today, not getting upset when things happen, just rolling with the flow, allowing ourselves to start our healing journey. All of those different things prepare your inner world. 777, you are on the right spiritual path. Trust your intuition. Rest and reflection will bring answers. And 000, a reminder of oneness. It's time to reset. Clear what no longer serves you. Keep an eye out for these. Remember, these can show up in clocks. They can show up in receipts. They can show up in signs. And remember, you're always supported. You've always got angels around you as long as you allow them to come and you ask them to come. All right, crystals for self-care. I love crystals. Bet you didn't know that, huh? Crystals carry the healing frequencies of the earth and can amplify your self-care practices. So here are some of my favorites. Rose quartz. I love rose quartz. I wear a rose quartz every day. It is the ultimate crystal for self-love. Use during bath, meditation, or sleep, or wear them, or carry them with you. Okay. Amethyst. Amethyst is an all-around healer. So lavender in the herb world is the amethyst in the crystal world, right? So they are an all-around healer. Brings peace, calms anxiety, and supports emotional clarity. It's great for bedtime routines. Smoky quartz grounds your energy and detoxifies negativity. Keep one in your pocket throughout the day. Lepidolite's a really pretty crystal. It contains natural lithium. It's amazing for soothing stress and emotional upheaval. Carnelian sparks creativity and motivation. Great for when you want to bring more joy into your day. And I have a carnelian. I don't wear it all the time, but there are days where I will feel like I need to put my carnelian on. Selenite clears energy and uplifts the spirit. Guys, I love selenite. That over there, that lamp right there, that's a selenite. I have them throughout my entire house. And they are an angel crystal. They are a light crystal. They bring great energy into your home. They are a crystal that cleans and clears and charges all other crystals without normally needing clean or charge themselves. I have had people drain selenite, but very rarely. Okay. If you run it over your body like an energetic comb before bed, it will help release things. Now, just having them in your house and having them gridded in your house also helps bring really positive energy into your house. I have them for sale. I have selenite hearts for sale. So yeah, get a hold of me. Get your selenite. It's a great crystal. I love them. And they're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. Okay, so we've done crystals, we've done numbers. Let's talk about journaling for a minute. All right. So here's some prompts that you can use this week to do some journaling. What does self-care mean to me today? And I would challenge you all to take these questions, write them down. So I'm going to give you a minute to get a piece of paper, or a few seconds to get a piece of paper. And every night or every morning, write down your answers each day to these questions and be honest and see if your answers change depending on the day, because they can change depending on the day. So, what does self-care mean to me today? When do I feel most at peace? What is something I want to say yes to? Healing with me should be one of them. What do I need to forgive myself for? Now, guys, that's a huge one. And let's talk about that for a minute. Because if we are holding on to anger, regret, resentment, we are not giving ourselves self-care. We are giving other people our energy. So forgiving someone doesn't mean that you are actually letting them off the hook, so to speak. Okay. Forgiving them means that you are releasing them from you. You are disconnecting them from you, from your energy, so that they no longer have control over you. Right? So I was watching a show one time, and a girl was upset because they had, her and this guy had broken up. And she says, hey, look, people don't get to live rent free in our heads. And I live by that. You don't get to live rent free in my head. And even though because that's not self-care. That is not even close to self-care if you're allowing people to live rent free in your head. So by forgiveness and by cutting and setting boundaries, you actually are doing self-care for yourself. And people will tell you, oh, no, that's not true. No, it is true. Because you know what? Karma's real and karma happens. So you don't need to be there to watch, even though sometimes it would be nice, right? You need to forgive, release, let go, and not let these people stay attached to you, live off your energy, and live rent-free on you. Okay? What parts of me are asking to be nurtured? And guys, write freely, right? Write everything down that you're thinking, that you're feeling at that time. And do it for 7 days and see what kind of tracking you're getting. Does it change every day? Is it staying the same? How is it working? Okay. Give yourself time to write freely. There are no wrong answers. Remember, again, no wrong answers. Doesn't need to be perfect. So, affirmations and positive thinking. So, guys, my Radiant Spirit Zen decks. I show you one every week. I talk about them every week. They are amazing for positive affirmations. That's what they were created for. They were created for people to use to bring joy, happiness into their lives. They bring messages, but they also bring positive affirmations, right? So if the message is positive and you're like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. Well, or you don't see it as a positive, then there is a belief system work that needs to be done. Okay. Guys, get my decks. Get them both, the Light and Love and the Today I Choose edition. They're both great decks. And you know what? Get them for gifts, because honestly, the only place you're going to find these decks is purchasing them through me. And so they're a unique gift to give to people. But let's talk about some affirmations. I am worthy of love and care. Do you feel like you're worthy of love and care? I choose myself every day. Here we go. Here's part of Heather Lena's definition. I choose myself every day. Do you choose yourself every day, or do you choose others? And even still, even though I like to choose myself every day, there are days I find myself choosing others over myself, and I'm still working on that because I don't need my energy drained. I honor my needs without guilt. It is not selfish to put yourself first. It is not selfish to take care of yourself first. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Period. Okay. Rest is productive. Joy is sacred. My peace is a priority. There's a good one. Write that one down, everybody. My peace is a priority. Is it a priority for you? Are you cutting people out that are creating not peace and chaos in your life? You can repeat them silently or out loud. You can put them up on your mirror. You can get my card decks, pull a card every morning, pull a positivity card every morning. Okay. And I'll show you the card in a minute that I pulled for today, and I just laughed when I pulled it. All right. Self-care is the first step to true healing. When you consistently care for your mind, body, emotions, and spirit, you begin to uncover your light and dissolve layers of trauma and conditioning. All right. So reminder that I offer Reiki, energy clearing, intuitive guidance, sacred self-discovery practices. Okay. We can help you on your self-care journey. I am going to be opening up coaching called A Better You. And this is going to cover health, weight, self-care, self-love, guilt release, all of it, right? So if you guys are interested in that coaching, send happy to 928-289-5868, and I will get you on the list. Natural healing is not about fixing yourself. It's about returning to your wholeness, things that have been taken away, right? And self-care is one of the biggest things that we need to work on to bring back wholeness to ourselves. Because every time we believe we're not good enough, a piece of us gets taken away. Every time you make fun of yourself, a piece gets taken away. Every time somebody makes a statement to you that you internalize, a piece of you gets taken away. Think about that. So when I go in and I do energy cuts, I go in and I return all of those pieces back to the people that they belong to. I am literally bringing people back together more whole, because I'm taking back the pieces that they gave away to people and bringing them back. So there you go. All right. So morning ritual. I recommend for the morning ritual that you look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you. All right. You know what? At night, take a detox bath. just sit and think about the day for a few minutes and let it all release. Okay. We're going to take a break. When I come back, we're going to finish this podcast for the day. See you in a minute.
Mike Zoric, a three-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a six-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2/3, and 2/4. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zoric, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zoric has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk on the BBM Global Network.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of the Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on the Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Welcome back to Radiant Spirits Rising with Heather Lena. Today we have been talking about self-care and how you can bring inner peace and healing in your path. So let's talk about our affirmation of the week. Guys, Radiant Spirit Zen decks. I just talked about them. I'm going to talk about them again. They are only available through Heather Lena. They make a great gift. They make a great gift for you. I have a person who has been pulling cards from these decks and have been posting them to my Heather Lena page. So go in and look, see what kind of messages that she's getting. These are amazing. Now, our affirmation of this week happened to be, when I pulled it, today I choose to make time to rest and play, which I told you at the beginning goes completely along with the theme that I've had for the week that I've been receiving about self-care and how important it is. Next slide. So let's talk about our soul integration sessions, light and love healing. These come in 30-minute and 1-hour sessions available. They are an energy session. They help focus on bringing positivity and healing into your life. We work on raising your energetic vibration and releasing any lower vibration emotions. These sessions are good for those that want to work on bringing positivity and light into their lives. So everybody, if you're working on self-care, this is a great session to book. You can go to heatherlena.com or scan the QR code if you're watching me on my YouTube or on Facebook. Scan that QR code and book that session now. Next slide. So my weekly special for the week of May 20th to the 26th is 10% off a 1-hour soul integration session. Use code SOUL10 at checkout. The appointment must be booked in May or June 2025. A non-refundable deposit is required at the time of booking. And to purchase, you can go to mylinkpod.site/EH1, EH1HR, or you can scan the QR code that is on the PowerPoint. Next slide. Go get my free ebook, guys. It's still available for a limited time. Go to heatherlena.com/ebook, enter all the required information, and you will receive my book, Awaken Your Light, a holistic guide to healing, empowerment, and self-discovery. This is a $25 value. Don't miss out. Get yours today. Next slide. Did you know that I have a blog on my website? I do. My recent blog, From Heartache to Healing, Navigating Grief with Spirit and Self, is now available on my webpage. Go to my.linkpod.site/grief blog or scan the QR code that's on the PowerPoint to go read this powerful blog now. All right. Have you missed all of my blogs? You can catch up on all of them at www.heatherlena.com/blog. And there is a new one that just came out about inner child that I'll be talking about next week. Next slide. All right, guys, my transformational community. Let's talk about that for a minute, okay? Community and support is really important when we're going through our healing journey and when we're working on building self-care, all right? I have 3 different tiers of the transformational community. The Soulful Balance is $50 per month, and you get, you get weekly Monday message cards and readings. So I will pull a card and then I will give the community itself a message that goes along with that card. Weekly crystal card pulls and messages. A discount of 15% on services and select merchandise. Early registration and priority booking for all Heather Lena's events. And a members only Facebook group. The value added: for less than $2 a day, you'll build a ritual of daily connection, reduce stress, and begin restoring your energetic balance. This tier provides consistent energetic alignment and support without overwhelming you. All right. So you're going to go to patreon.com/C/healing with Heather Lena. Next slide. The Harmonized Spirit. This mid-level tier is for clients to elevate their healing with deeper access to energy work and spiritual tools. You'll receive everything in the soul balance with the exception of the discount. And that is because in this tier, you get a 20% discount on sessions and select merchandise. 1 personal card pull each month. So I go live on Facebook and do personal card pulls. You'll get 1 of those per month. Answer to 1 question each month via pendulum. So you can send me a yes or no question, and I will send you the response that the pendulum gives me. Priority booking and discounts on Inner Radiance coaching sessions. And then there's only 15 slots available for this. Okay. 15 slots only. So don't miss out. Be one of the 15 for this. You are receiving as a value added, individualized guidance, energy healing, and tools to support not just your spirit, but your body and mind too. This tier is ideal for those committed to real embodied healing. Next slide. The Divine Flow. Now this one's $100. You get everything in the Harmonized Spirit tier plus the Soulful Balance tier. You get an additional personal card reading each month. So that's 2 personal card readings. You also get an additional pendulum answer reading. So that's 2 instead of 1. You get priority booking for all sessions. You get access to me for up to 15 questions each month. So each month you can send me up to 15 text messages that I will respond to you. And guys, that right there is probably a $50 value that you're getting as part of this, right? The value for this tier is actually closer to $160. Again, there are only 15 slots available for this. The value added for this is direct personal access to me. This exclusive experience gives you accountability, high-level healing, and intuitive mentoring. The Divine Flow tier is like having a spiritual coach, healer, and mentor walking with you every step of your journey. So guys, go to patreon.com/C/healing with Heather Lena and sign up today. Be one of the first ones to get into this new tier. You will not regret it. Next slide. If you're watching me on my YouTube channel, thank you so much. Please hit the like and subscribe button. If you're not, please go to youtube.com/@healing with Heather Lena and like and subscribe to my page. And then you will have access, and then go in and like all of my podcasts. Please help me out. Okay, next slide. To contact me, go to healingwithheatherlena@gmail.com for the podcast. All other inquiries are heatherlena.com or contact@heatherlena.com. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Healing with Heather Lena. Next slide. Last message of the day. I honor my worth by choosing self-care each day. So let me start that over. I honor my worth by choosing self-care each day. I am grounded, empowered, and free to be my true self without apology. All right, so that's it for this podcast today. Thank you, everyone who joined me today. And go like and subscribe to my YouTube page, and I will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye, guys.
This has been Radiant Spirits Rising with your host, Heather Lena. Tune in each week as we step into the world of natural healing and discover the radiant spirit within you. Tuesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern on the Bold Brave TV network, powered by B2 Studios. Start your journey toward balance and renewal.